Darn, man. Whew. Yeah. He needs to experience the pain of it. Yeah, no, I think I did hear it behind me, but it was below me, right? I mean, it wasn't gonna jump, so... No, so the Stalker, stays yellow, and then he turns red, and then he jumps at you, and only after he jumps at you the last time is he vulnerable to be shot, so... It's that last window. Even after he turns red, he's still not vulnerable. Darn, man. He got me. Yeah, he has to learn the same way as all of us.
The signs around you.
The first time it happened to me, I was like, "What?" But there was a menu option back in them days. What is it under the keybinds called like "end mistake" or something? Yeah, look here, it's still there. What does it do now?
You have realized
does nothing. Anyway, I was like, what does that mean? So I figured, okay, that must be to like stop this from happening. So I pressed it and it killed me. I was like, oh. Because that's what that button used to do. But as a result, I can say I've never actually been killed by a threat echo. I've only been killed by my own stupidity, I guess. I've done that a lot of times.
You will drown out and eventually counteract the negative influences from your environment. Once you have absorbed these tapes, you will have taken the first step. Awakening.
I feel like more important than not spoiling the threat echoes, though, is not spoiling the Stalker. Because, like, the first time that happens, you will lose your mind. It's like, no way is this actually real, you know?
Part of this technique.
That one is so much fun.
You must listen to them to advance.
And if you know how it works beforehand, it's really just kind of lame. Like, it's very easy to beat, actually, in vanilla. It's not very easy to beat in the mod, as you can see, but, you know, it doesn't have that same oomph to it, you know? So... You can tell there's something wrong about that tape, and then the things that it says are just horrifying. You're like, no way, and then you're like getting chased by this thing you don't even understand. Yeah, that is a really good event.
To understand primary arms and sidearms, consider a spear and a sword. Spears are primary arms, better in almost every way. Cheaper, longer range, easier to use, more lethal.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do, right? Because then he can't show up behind you.
Swords.
So,
well, first, they can be used with one hand, so they work well from horseback. Second, they're expensive, so officers can prove that they're important
I see what's going on here.
Alive when captured. Unlike the conscripted peasants, the spear and sword were.
I holstered my gun while I had a round sticking out of the top of
They
it.
continue to fill similar roles.
I don't know what kind of holster these guys have, but it's pretty impressive that you can do that.
To use sidearms effectively through the First World War.
I missed, but I still hit.
German machine gunners and silence them with a hail of 45 ACP. You can see this cavalry heritage in the Colt 1911 design itself, with its one-handed
Man, that Stalker tape is too good.
ring and drop safety. You can see this heritage in the horses as well.
Yeah, that too.
45 caliber.
I kind of forgot about that.
Ears. I need you to listen to me, and I need you to.
Are you joking?
I
I just did this, man. Oh my gosh.
It knows where you are.
All right, attempt 2.
More about it so I could prepare you, but we simply don't, and you have no time. It's coming. You probably don't stand.
Gosh, dang it, man.
Master training and focus.
You must be jesting. You must be jesting.
Here.
I was actually gonna say, like, you know, you can't discount it happening again because the chance is technically the same every tape, but you know, no way it was actually gonna spawn, right? Gosh, I don't see it. Golly. Okay. Why do I always die to something normal, like, right after I find the Stalker tape? Okay. All's well. Calme-toi. Alles wohl. Whew. You know, your gun's chance to malfunction is like twice as high or something during the stalking. Fun fact. This guy really likes me. I don't know how to tell him that I don't feel the same way nicely. The motion detector giblets. This game is so gory. One thing that is true about the Stalker tape is that you can never get it twice in the same level. Wow, that was nice. Kind of like thread echoes, I believe, are that same way. If the level designer is really sadistic, he can make the Stalker spawn more than once in a level, but the natural Stalker spawns will never be like that. Same with thread echoes, actually. But you know, it's a funny thing, random chance. Even if the number is quite low, it's never zero, is it? And the chance of something happening twice in a row is exactly the same as it happening the first time, so... Well, that's not true. The chance of it happening any particular time is the same. But the chance of it happening twice in a row is quite a lot lower. But you get what I'm saying. Every time you pick up a tape, it's equal chance to spawn the Stalker. Every tape is the Stalker tape. Yeah, that'd be fun. No, I've put like 4 thread echoes in there, I think, and there's the Stalker every time on the 5th tape. Yeah, reloading after every shot I take, right? Oh, hey, we've been here. We were on the bottom floor here earlier. Everybody's favorite tile coming up next. Excuse me. Gap and catwalk. Woo. Did I go up here already? Oh yeah, of course. No, I didn't. Always knew he was a bit weak. Hey, that's offensive, alright?
In the face of frustration, it's normal to feel anger.
In the face of dying to the Stalker, it's normal to
Receivers
feel
are
anger.
trained to understand and accept these feelings and allow them to flow through their mind unobstructed.
Yeah,
out the other side.
it's true. It's true.
Leaving only clarity.
Yeah, no, I used to be at a point where I would, like, not pick up tapes until I had neutralized all the threats around me as well. But I mean, you've got so much time, you've got so much time when you pick up a threat echo to make yourself ready, so it's not really a big deal.
In a disordered mind, fear and doubt will often attach itself to whatever events are happening at that moment.
Let's just go ahead and
These misattributed,
clear out this
diverted
horrifying
feelings
gap in
become
Catwalk
habitual, compounding the problem of accurate thinking. This leads to confusion, impaired decision.
I hate this tile, you know,
and more
with all my
anxiety
heart.
in a damaging feedback loop.
But it has to be done. It has to be done.
By grounding thoughts in the present, one can escape this feedback loop. Where are you? What time
I
and
saw a
year
balloon.
is it? Who are you? What are you doing at
Oh,
this
the store's
exact
locked.
moment? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you really
Did I already check this out? Probably. Wet robot dreams, am I right? I just can't believe that's actually a real game. Whoa! Yeah, that's a nice touch as well. That took a bit of ammo. Shooting through glass is always tough. You know, it's not gonna block your bullets, but it'll diffract them, and then you miss a lot of shots. So those two are harmless, but that one's not. Whoa! What the? Always look behind yourself. Yeah, I guess it's true. I've never been in here. Yes, yeah, that way you've got two places to look at. The Stalker obviously looks like he can go anywhere, but he actually can only go places that the player can go. So, yeah, if you can get yourself set up to where you don't have to look behind yourself, it's a lot easier to get him. You can, like, cut in half the number of places you need to look at. I should actually say it's pretty lucky if all my stalkings are on level 1, right? Because you have the least to lose on level 1.
If you pull the trigger and it goes click when it should go bang.
If you pull the trigger and it goes bang when it should go click. What the heck are you doing, man?
To solve this problem, you need to smack the magazine to make sure it's firmly in place and the rounds are oriented correctly. Then rack the slide and bang, shoot the target. Tap, rack, bang.
Oh, there's balloons here. missed all of them on that first shot except for the first one. Should be fine to just sprint across here. Yeah. Well said. Well said. So if your friend hasn't finished the game yet, he's probably never seen the security cameras, right? But you might be surprised, they can actually spawn on level 4, and maybe even on level 3, although I'm not so sure about that one.
And potential.
They just usually don't, because the game ends a little bit too fast. Or the level ends, anyway. And then, you know, the player doesn't find them.
These broken links into an unbreakable.
He hasn't got past level 2. Okay, well, he definitely hasn't seen them yet. But people generally think, like, yeah, level 5 has, like, a new enemy and they have a new gun, but it's actually just the gun. You can find security cameras everywhere. I mean, not everywhere, but a lot more places than that. Wow, this is a lot of ammo. Glad I came down here. Now, let's see where that tape is. That must be...
The threat will not need to kill us if it can get us to shoot each other. Now, instances of misidentification are common in firearm-related accidents, resulting in dead friends and family. This often happens in situations with poor visibility. We are unsure what the post-mine kill environment will be like, so it's critical to positively...
No, you get it for the first time on level 5.
Targets. This is why you
and how fitting is it that, like, the final boss of Receiver 2 is a new gun, right? That seems very good to me.
When you take out your gun to investigate, you see a shadowy figure lurching towards you. You fire and it's down on the ground. You're a hero. You defended your household. Or did you? For all you know, it was a family member stumbling around in the dark. Or your
yes, exactly. The first time you get the SAA, you take like 10 minutes to load it, you know?
In the dark,
like, how does this thing work?
Been useless. A recipe for tragedy. When John Moses finished the Colt 1911 pistol, the streets of Ogden, Utah were still lit by...
I really do think that's perfect, though, you know? It's just...
of horse-drawn carriages.
What else would it be?
Propeller planes and bell-bottom pants came and went. His 1911 pistol is still holding its own in militaries and law enforcement around the world.
I still wear bell-bottom pants.
As the son of a polygamous Mormon gunsmith, Browning had 21 siblings, which may explain his fascination with automatic weapons. Throughout his career, he designed...
Oh, shoot, dude. Fratricide.
1 and 2.
Killed his buddy.
The Browning automatic rifle, 19 light machine gun, M2 heavy machine gun.
I swear, officer, I had nothing to do with it, alright?
He eventually died at his workbench
he
while
just straight up killed him.
Browning high-power pistol, which paved the way for the Wonder Nines of the 70s.
I was in the toilet.
Many theories exist on the nature of the mind.
Dyatlov
Do we live in a simulation? Are our thoughts the result of chemicals and structures formed by random...
Yeah, it's just all about the spawn positions. There's a couple where it'll happen.
We are gifted
That's one.
with a soul by a higher power.
You don't see very often in vanilla because
The
there's a lot less enemies.
persist is because previous attempts have failed to find a convincing answer.
I guess Torture Chamber really is difficult in every way, right? There's more enemies, the enemies are harder, the goal is longer, there's less ammo.
And that changing perception changes the most important aspects of reality.
couldn't pick any one way to make this mod difficult, you know what I mean? It had to be every way. Let's start loading some of these up. I think we're almost at max. I actually increased the max ammo capacity to 50, which feels pretty good. Oh, I already got that one. I thought I had picked that up. You played around with insight? Wait, what does that mean?
When fighting in low-light conditions, you can use the Harry's
What does that do?
technique. To do this, hold your firearm straight out in front of you with your dominant hand.
I don't think I know that
Then
one.
hold the flashlight in your offhand with an ice pick grip, and press the backs of your hands firmly together, with the light facing forward. This provides some stabilizing isometric tension, allowing you to control recoil.
Oh, it brings you to the
more
next
effectively
level.
than shooting
Oh,
with
okay.
one hand alone, though still worse than firing with a normal two-handed grip. The firearm is simple
There's
in
another
some
tape
ways,
there, but we'll get it later.
deceptively complex in others, but always dangerous.
This tape's
Gun
everywhere.
training anchors the mind in the moment. By apprehending the lethality of the tool and focusing on the moment-to-moment use, a receiver is able to strengthen the mind-body link.
Oh.
Like with ideas, objects in the physical reality vary in their utility. Although some thoughts and tools...
Tapes on this tile, I just can never
We
find
don't
them.
arbitrarily limit what we can use. Rather, we strive to better understand ourselves and our
It looks like there aren't any more. Maybe I was hearing
so
that
we
same
may
one.
safely handle even the most dangerous situations. The vast majority of shootings take place in low light conditions, so if you have a gun, you should also have a light.
Yeah, you
Now,
know, enemies
first,
can
you
see
need
through
to
them. I mean, it's
identify
very
your target
dangerous.
to be sure that there's an
Oh yeah, you
immediate
can get
threat.
stuck on this one, right? If
Second,
you end up down on
you can
these
use it
rafters
as a weapon
here,
in its own
there's
right.
no coming
The
back, I
proper
don't think.
self-defense flashlight is bright enough
Pretty
to
sure you're
jump
just
around
stuck
and
there
blind a
forever.
human attacker, which can go far in convincing
Ah,
you to
here's the one.
surrender or leave. This, however,
In
will
fact, let's
work
not go
on
in
a
there.
kill drone.
that's a dangerous
The
place.
flashlight is a great tool that has many uses, but it
I've
is
died there many
as good
times.
as the operator wielding it. When using a flashlight in hostile environments, make sure you use it appropriately. And remember, using it lights you up like a Christmas tree and will help your enemy as much as you if you're not careful. So with this in mind, use your flashlight sparingly. Turn it on briefly, scan your surroundings, turn it off and move, so your enemy can't zone in on your location. Make this a habit, and your flashlight will save you time and again when you find yourself in a tight spot.
I got the hops, man. Okay, we really don't want to go down into the warehouse, so let's try... I really don't want to. This looks dangerous too, though, because it's a locked door and it doesn't think I can get through this way. So there might be someone who can see me who's gonna spawn in. Warehouse it is! Woo! Everyone's favorite tile. I don't see anyone, actually. Easy clear, Houston. Easy clear. Oh yeah, that was not bad at all, actually. I'm accustomed to seeing like 20 enemies in this tile, but
The most important virtue of a receiver is mental resilience, and the only way to build resilience is to practice rebounding from adversity.
Well, my design philosophy for the different levels was not that any of them should be really harder than the others, but rather that they should be different challenges. Except for level 5, which I did make easily the hardest one. But level 1's challenge is having a lot of enemies, but always having the ammo to deal with them. And they're all turrets. Level's 2 challenge is navigating the darkness. Level 3 challenge is avoiding enemies. Level 4's challenge is like about having accuracy, hitting every shot that you fire. And then level 5's challenge is supposed to be kind of like all of them put together. So nominally, levels 1 through 4 should all be the same difficulty. And I would say actually level 4 is the easiest one out of the 4. But you get the most practice on level 1, I would imagine, because, you know, you die a lot. That's just the nature of Torture Chamber. Oh, is it over here?
Experiences are feelings connected to events. If an event that creates negative feelings...
I think that they always could spawn on level 2, but I'm not exactly sure myself.
It can create a phobic reaction.
Yeah, like level 2 you'd think should be harder because the drones are there, but like, you know... Actually, let's
thoughts flow from one to the next, like water flowing down a river. And like water flowing, these thoughts can carve...
this level has a lot more enemies than level 2 does.
Trauma is
That's actually maybe not true, but all of them are sleeping on level 2, so they're not really as dangerous.
A correct sequence of thoughts can cut and shape it. It's only allowing the thoughts to pass safely.
So the levels just have different different types of difficulty. I wouldn't say any of them are more or less difficult than each other until you get to level 5. And then I definitely would, but, you know, that's the exception. That's peachy. Yeah, yeah. But I think in vanilla they could spawn on level 2 as well, but I'm not actually sure. On vanilla, it's definitely a progression, right? Like, every level is harder than the last one. Vanilla's baseline has, like, a ridiculous amount of ammo. The more I've looked at it, the more I realize, oh my gosh, right? But it didn't feel like that when you first played it, because ammo was not really the problem. The problem was that, you know, you'd shoot yourself with all of the ammo that they gave you, so... You know, it definitely has a progression-type feeling to it. And I didn't really want that for Torture Chamber. I wanted you to feel like it was challenging right from the get-go.
The vast majority of shootings take place in low-light conditions, so if you have a gun, you should also have a light. Now, first, you needed to identify
yeah.
to be sure that there's an imminent deadly threat. Second, you can use
the Deagle is actually a pretty good gun, I feel. It suffers from having a lot of aim fatigue, but it's actually able to shoot through armored ground turrets, which is pretty cool. And that's a nice advantage.
This, however, will not work.
Oh wait, we can't get up anywhere, can we? We have to, like, use
the flashlight
elevators?
is a great tool that has many uses, but it is only as good as the operator wielding it. When using a flashlight,
now, who shot at us? Or saw us, anyway?
Make sure you
must be that guy. Yep.
And remember, using it lights you up like a Christmas tree and will help your enemy as much as you if you're not careful. So with this in mind, use your flashlight.
Yeah, and I think that's the idea, right? Is that the heavier the gun is, the more the aim fatigue is.
Turn it off and move, so your enemy can't zone in on your location.
It's got a manual safety that always feels good. It's got,
tight spot.
I mean, obviously they're all pretty accurate. It doesn't have a whole lot of ammo capacity, but other than that, you know,
decay and dysfunction.
It's really not a bad gun.
You have realized that something is wrong with the media and the people around you. You know that you are different. This is why you are ready to become a receiver. You have been issued a series of audio cassette tapes that are part of our system for advancing insight.
Well, I mean, it is a high point after all. Whoa,
and eventually counteract the negative influences from your...
I mean, the high point also has the game fatigue problem because it's very heavy, right? So that's actually pretty realistic.
Towards awakening your true self.
Yeah, but like the high point is not much bigger.
The media
so,
is a threat.
You know, it really does suffer from that problem in real life, I imagine.
We use tapes as part of this technique.
Like other guns, it's accurate, but it's harder to use. So.
To advance. Experiences are feelings connected to events.
The sound is like bugging
if an
out.
event that causes negative feelings happens
in
enough,
this mod sometimes.
or is especially intense, it can create a phobic reaction. Even after distancing oneself from these events, these phobic elements can persist. Thoughts flow from one to the next, like water flowing down a river.
I always start running out of ammo right at the end of level 1, but I think it's because I stopped bothering to hack as much.
Given enough time.
And it makes sense. As long as I can finish the level, it doesn't really matter.
In the river. And over time, a correct sequence of thoughts can cut, shape it, eventually allowing the thoughts to pass safely and smoothly around them. To aim a firearm correctly, you must be familiar with the sight picture of how the sights look when they are lined up correctly. Handgun sights almost always work in the same way. You line up the front sight in the middle of the gap in the rear sight, and make sure the top of the front sight is level with the top of the rear sight. If zeroed correctly, the bullet should hit right at the top of the front sight at the zero distance, usually around 15 yards. For maximum accuracy, you should focus on the front sight, even though it makes the target look blurry. There's no point shooting at a crisp target if you can't tell if your sights are lined up.
No tapes, eh? We're gonna have to do this the hard way, are we? There's nothing in there. Why am I bothering? Up we go. I can hear our escape plan.
A thought is not an idea, but also a way of it heavy, firearm, or and warm, like a balloon. After the mind kill,
I don't know. I don't know what came over me. You know, I had to kill him.
There are other receivers out there. These thoughts will raise you up, keep you afloat. If you can train your mind,
you know, he had it coming. He had it coming.
In the face of adversity.
Actually, it can't happen on the last tape. Same with the thread echoes.
As strange as it sounds, we've received transmissions.
Pilot? No, I don't know.
Some receivers have dreamed balloons into existence, containing helpful items. These receivers have usually achieved the highest levels of mental strength, maintaining a certain lightness of thought, even when facing the end of their reality's timeline.
It's Orban time. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Houston, you didn't see, but I got a Stalker tape and I died to it, and then I got another Stalker tape like 3 tapes in on level 1. Level 3? Oh, you taunt me so. Or maybe you're just saying if I get to level 2, I'm guaranteed to make level 3, in which case I'm flattered. Leo was here earlier. He's doing some work though. The darkness in the cellar feels unnatural. Anyone play Amnesia: The Dark Descent? It's a good game. Oh. This is a pretty good start here. There's even a tape.
Together, we have laid the foundation. You have shown great potential, but the potential is yet to be realized.
This guy can't be hacked, so why don't we,
message.
At least I don't think so. So why don't we run back and despawn him, you know, fall asleep, and then we can go over and hack him.
Moving through your media, weakening the mind, and causing widespread dysfunction.
Mind tech.
We call this the threat. We have developed a technique called mind tech to combat this threat. A new set of tapes has been issued to train and prepare you.
Cranial technology. Oh yeah, for sure. You're doing well, actually. I was kind of surprised you didn't make it through. Hashtag unlucky. Oh, we came here for the balloons, and here they are. Speaking of unlucky, we got 3 there. Let's go top floor, that way we don't have to deal with this tile. Yeah, that's for sure a thing, right? I mean, especially in Torture Chamber, you'll find you just have to go for so long that you often just lose concentration and make dumb mistakes. Yeah, that happens too. That happens too.
When fighting in low-light conditions, you can use the Harry switch. To do this, hold your firearm straight out in front of you with your dominant hand.
Yeah.
Then hold the
well, especially on the later
front
levels,
hand
it gets very tough with ammo.
And press the backs of your hands firmly together, with the light facing forwards. This provides some stabilizing isometric.
This level's not too bad.
Allowing you
Level
to
3 is really hard that way. Level
effectively
4 is
than
pretty
shooting
hard that
with
way.
one hand alone, though still worse than firing with a normal
Level
two-handed
5 is
grip.
just terrible. So level 1 and 2, I mean, I feel like there's plenty of ammo, but people still run out all the time. So I mean, it might just be that I've gotten used to not missing, but 3 and 4, it's like if I miss a single shot, I just feel like, oh no. You know what I mean? Because every bullet counts so much. Yes, exactly. Yeah, if you can get enough hacks in, you just don't ever have a problem. Maybe the other day I was like shooting at a drone that was like a kilometer away from me. Oh. Suddenly I'm missing. Let's just take the ammo box. And we'll even despawn him just for good measure. Yeah, it was like, You see where this building is that I'm looking at? He was like that far away, and I was like trying to shoot at him because I had caught the last tape, so I was just screwing around. Oh boy, that was a funny one. Happens sometimes when you sever them in half, they lose control and just start flying out to the middle of nowhere. Oh. Oh my gosh. This is what I get for talking about how I don't really miss shots anymore. So I'll miss everything for a while. That was bad, man. That was very bad. Sloppy shooting. Oh, who did this guy get here? Check out this mind tech. Boom. Messy. Yes, my child? What do you require? You're talking with a person. That seems like a bad idea. That would stream receiver 2?
I can't believe I signed up for salvage.
Speaking of which, who is that? This guy. Simmerg or whatever you say. Well, thanks for following. That's good. Seems like a very complicated username. It's true. It's true. That was fun today. You had like 5 people on. Very nice. Very nice. Hey, did you see what caused my demise in level 2 earlier? I dropped down on this tile through a locked door because I could see enemies, so I thought that they had all spawned in. And then suddenly 4 drones spawned in that could see me at the same time. And I was like, oh my gosh! We sprinted around for a little bit, and then I tried to run away and I died. It was miserable. It was an ignominious death. Yes, yes, exactly. Peak Receiver 2 gameplay, man. We were running around, getting shot at by turrets. As you would say. Yeah. That'd be exciting. Yeah, soon TM. How did I miss? No, he actually hates us. He wished we weren't. Ow, my face! Smack your head into a pane of glass. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Houston just hates everyone, you know? Get him from up here. Of course, of course. Doesn't that fall into the category everyone? Well, this made this worth my time, alright. It's a flashlight. Very good to have a flashlight on this level. Seeing as it is pretty dark out here.
The threat has studied our weaknesses in detail and knows exactly where to place its levers and pry our minds apart. They use social media to divide us and control us while giving us the illusion of community. They grant power and responsibility to the weakest of us.
Well, I felt like it'd be extra sadistic if I didn't, but the chances are low enough that sometimes you get through the whole level without finding it.
Eyes closed, and now is our.
Well, he's recording stuff today. Well, he was telling me he was doing some work for Wolfire. I guess I should have figured that's what it was. But he's also like he's the guy in charge of like the community translating project, I think. So.
I can't take this meaningless existence anymore. There's no point to anything. We're just killing time until the cheap death of the
We're just killing oranges.
Nobody will remember us. Nobody cares if I live or
We're just
die.
killing oranges till the mountain death of the universe.
It's just mold on an orange. I don't even know why I'm writing this. Goodbye.
Which is today, huh? The big freeze.
Dealing with fear.
Well, isn't that the
is
same
a
thing?
necessary skill to combat the threat. Through mind state, you focus your mind's eye on your fear. The fear is heavy, fascinating, and black like obsidian.
Is there another tape
fear
out there?
Can be a benefit, or it can be a poison, but it can't be avoided. It must be dealt with. Mind Tech offers the tools to engage with this fear. Through Mind Tech, you change yourself to influence your environment to reduce the fear. Control of emotions comes from control of the
Okay, well, we're doing
situation,
pretty well now.
which results from control over ideas. The threat will not need to kill us if it can get us to shoot each other. Now, instances of misidentification are common in firearm-related accidents, resulting in dead friends and family. This often happens in situations with poor visibility. We are unsure what the post-mine kill environment will be like, so it's critical to positively identify or PID your targets. This is why you need to keep a flashlight available. Now, imagine this scenario. You're woken up by a crash in the night, and you take out your gun to investigate. You see a shadowy figure lurching towards you. You open fire, and it's down on the ground. You're a hero. You defended your household. Or did you? For all you know, it was a family member stumbling around in the dark. Or your neighbor got drunk and thought your house was his. Or, a police officer got the address wrong on a warrant. In the dark, a gun without a flashlight has been useless. A recipe for tragedy. One tool used by the threat is called the anti-pattern. The threat cultivates an atmosphere of terror and anxiety around trivial risks, providing a suitable environment for them to inject fixes to these non-problems. Invariably,
Still waiting to
the
see
actual purpose of
shock
these solutions
drones.
is to create new issues that were worse.
I don't
than
really
the
know if I
initial
want to go
situation.
back though.
By associating
Once
the
I
search
do.
for solutions with new
It's because
problems,
it takes a lot of time.
mind becomes locked in a
I almost feel like I'm gonna be
state
fine otherwise.
with no clear path forward. We have developed a mind attack for people trapped in this anti-pattern. Like a hall of mirrors, this construct is based on illusions and is easily shattered.
Well, there's
Imagine
drones
if you
there,
changed
so if I want to
your mind
backtrack,
about
I should do it
something you
now.
would never
I don't
doubt.
think I will.
Act
A
like
little
you
bit
believe
too,
this new truth for an hour, a day, a week.
A little
Do
too confident I'm
things
gonna
make
win this
more
level
sense.
anyway. I don't think it matters too much.
This is the feeling of breaking free. While Colt won most of the U.S. military conflict, the Smith & Wesson Model 10 remained the weapon of choice for U.S. police forces in the 70s, when they switched to high-capacity Wonder 9 pistols. The Model 10 did win a few U.S. military contracts, including the Air Force, Coast Guard, and Navy. In World War II, air crews used the Model 10 revolver both for self-defense and for emergency signaling with tracer rounds. In the 20s, police were facing significant resistance by Prohibition gangsters and found that the .38 long Colt round just wasn't strong enough. Smith & Wesson started rechambering their Model 10s for the slightly more powerful .38 Special. But the converted models were not quite right, and fired cartridges had a tendency to get stuck from the increased pressure and slow down reloading. The vast majority of shootings take place in low-light conditions, so if you have a gun, you should also have a light.
Kind of failed the
Now,
hack there.
first, you needed to identify your target to be sure that there's
Well,
a
here we are
deadly
backtracking.
threat.
Maybe we will do
Second,
it after all.
you can use it as a weapon in its own right. A proper self-defense flashlight is bright enough to temporarily blind a human attacker, which can go far in convincing them to surrender or leave. This, however, will not work on a kill drone. The flashlight is a great tool that has many uses, but it is only as good as the operator wielding it. When using a flashlight in hostile environments, make sure you use it appropriately.
Yeah, that was a little
And remember,
dangerous.
using it lights you up like a Christmas tree and will help your enemy as much as you if you're not careful. So with this in mind, use your flashlight sparingly. Turn it on briefly, scan your surroundings, turn it off, and move. So
I
your
do,
enemy
yeah. I
can
shouldn't
zone
be.
in on
I
your
shouldn't be
location.
taking risks like that, right?
Make this a habit, and your flashlight will save you time and again.
Yeah,
when
it's
you
not
find
good to
yourself in a tight
not good to
spot.
risk dying when you have so much ammo. Okay, let's just push forward through there. Yeah, I can holster my gun with the chamber open. Check this out. Fastest way to unload, right?
Together, we have laid the foundation. You have shown great potential, but the potential is yet to be realized. We have sent the message. Can you hear it? There is an insidious force moving through your media, weakening the mind and causing widespread dysfunction. We call this the threat. We have developed a technique called mind tech to combat this threat. A new set of tapes has been issued to train and prepare you.
Man. Yeah, you've been languishing on level 1 long enough, huh? That'd be funny. You know what I've thought of is like, what if you added like speed loaders, right? You could find on the ground, you know. That'd be pretty cool. Probably if such a thing was done, they'd have to also reduce the speed at which you can load the revolvers normally to make them a bit more useful. Oh, 2 people saw me. Who's the other one? This wouldn't make too much sense to a speed loader when you can load it that freaking fast, but... It's a lot of blue. I managed to hit nothing important there. Oh, there it is. I like the way you think. Very sadistic, you know? Very sadistic. This guy's actually still alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Alright, let's see what we're looking at now. I still don't really know, but somebody saw me. Why are there so many of them? Oh my gosh, it's right there.
As such, all physical interactions are mental. While in-person interaction may use abstraction, such as words, much more communication is taking place via proximity. If you focus, you can feel the subconscious mind reaching, dreaming in reality A. This true understanding is beyond words. The threat has limited influence on the physical world and seeks to subvert true interactions.
Now, did I ever go in here?
They do this by inverting values, making the lowest forms of communication, words and images, seem like the only ones. People degraded by these ideas isolate themselves, thinking this mediated communication is a form of communion. Not only is it insufficient, but it's also a channel for the threat. They co-opt even this thin thread of connection.
Level 2 can take some time because of all this
the more
drone matadoring that I do.
Channels, the more isolated you become.
It's a safe way to play, you know, but it's
This
definitely
is
not
why
fast.
we train together.
Who is this? Oh my gosh. He's right on top of us! I think he despawned. Oh, he didn't make it through the doorway. No more running around! Getting shot at by turrets. That is such a good clip. Oh, jeez. Alright. I think that's all of them, but I've thought that for a while now, and they keep showing up more and more, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, see, there's another one. Can't reload on a ladder. I always forget that.
Has studied our weaknesses in detail and knows exactly where to place its levers to pry our minds apart. They use social to divide us and control us while giving us the illusion of community. They grant power and responsibility to the weakest of us, while giving us the illusion of meritocracy. We have been coasting through existence with our eyes closed, and now is our last chance to awaken. When executing a partial reload, it's vital to know which direction your revolver cylinder rotates.
Wow,
if it's made by Colt, it rotates clockwise. Otherwise, it rotates counterclockwise. If you want the gun to go bang next time you pull the trigger, there better be a cartridge under the hammer after one rotation. Mind Tech is a collection of...
You know, I tried to reduce this problem actually, but it seems like it didn't work.
And then honing your natural capability to combat the threat. In its most basic form, it is a set of thoughts, feelings, and ideas that, when executed in proper order, result in protection of your mind from outside attacks. Ultimately, with enough practice, Mind Tech can become that can strike back at the threat. When your firearm discharges, it cycles another round into the chamber. Your own internal control systems are critical.
That's never gonna work.
Weapons, and Mind Techs are your
just screwing around, really.
Mechanism. A misfit of components will cause a speed jam, leading to a misfire, resulting in death. Ensuring that each Mind Tech is within tolerances will enable your proper operation and survival. The threat has become expert in hijacking our attention and inverting our priorities. They make the useless seem important and urgent. The sky is always falling. The world is always ending. You are always missing out, or just missing something. What you are actually missing is the one thing they are trying to hide from you, and can only be found.
Okay, there's one more tape up on the walkway, so that should be it.
As you build your Mind Tech, you will become more complete. Each part fitting into place until you are a functional whole. What was
trying for the fabled cable shot.
Those around you can trust. One tool used by the threat is...
Hey, I got it.
The threat cultivates an atmosphere of terror and anxiety around trivial risks, providing a...
Now, I think that,
exist.
I think that the
Not a
Stalker
problem.
tape can't show up if you have all of the
Invariably,
tapes
the
collected
actual
already.
purpose of these solutions is
But
to
I don't
create
know
conditions
exactly.
that were worse than the initial situation.
Yes,
By
I agree.
associating
Receiver
search
2
for
uses some
solutions
kind of
with new
real-time lighting
problems,
rendering.
the
It's
mind
not ray
becomes
tracing,
locked
but it
in a
looks
hopeless
really good.
state with
It
no
looks like it's ray
clear
traced
path
practically.
forward. We have developed a mind detector.
You can have, you know, an infinite number of dynamic lights around.
Like
I
a
think it
hall
is
of mirrors,
taxing the
this
thing a lot,
construct
but...
is based on illusions and is easily shattered.
No,
Imagine that
because
you
the Stalker
change
tape
your
can
mind
only
about
be
something you
determined
never
once it
doubt.
is
Act
picked
like
up
you
in the
believe
tape
this
player.
new truth
It
for
doesn't know,
an
like,
hour,
which tapes are the
a
Stalker
day,
tape before it,
a week.
like, before you pick them up.
Do things
So if you
make
shoot them, it
more
never
sense.
plays a tape, and the Stalker tape never shows up.
This
So that
the
actually is
feeling
viable.
Of breaking free. The unconscious mind is critical in the development of mind tech. What seems like downtime is the slow and meticulous refinement of your true self. When less attention is spent on fleeting banalities, the mind grows stronger in reality A. The threat understands this, and has created systems to inundate you with a sea of interruptions, each one claiming to be critical, and each one focusing on your desires and fears. Each distraction on its own seems harmless, like a drop of rain. But like a relentless downpour, this unending torrent is able to erode even a mountain. Limit your overall exposure to distractions. Uninterrupted time focusing
Yeah, I'm
on
not
tasks.
sure. It might have actually been
Time
10.
spent honing
I've had that
your
happen
mind tech.
before.
In this way,
This is after I
training
reduced
the
the
body
tape spawn, by
is
the way.
training the mind. To progress in mind tech is to become aware of your
Maybe there's
own
something about
thoughts.
drones and like tape spawns. I don't know.
Eventually, each thought will become clear and distinct. Solid, incredibly dense, but irregularly shaped. When combined with other specific thoughts in the right pattern, it will fit into place, forming a solid wall of defense. Dealing with fear is a necessary skill to combat the threat. Through mind tech, you focus your mind's eye on your fear. The fear is heavy, faceted, and black like obsidian. This fear can be a benefit or it can be a poison, but it can't be avoided. It must be dealt with. Mind tech offers the tools to engage with this fear. Through mind tech, you change yourself to influence your environment to reduce the fear. Control of emotions comes
that
from
part's too
control
hard. I can't
of
play
the
that part.
situation, which
Need more practice. I don't know how it goes. Need to look at the music. I wrote this yesterday in some kind of feverish music writing spree, and I can't figure out how to play it. It's too hard. Oh boy. Star pattern. Not the worst one, not the worst one. And we spawned right next to a balloon, so I shouldn't be unhappy. This is a pretty good start, actually. Okay, let's see. Water tower. I mean, we could maybe... What's up here? Ooh. That sounds fun. We're gonna be pretty rich on balloons if I can just survive here, but... Yeah, level 3 music is very scary. As it should be. This track is actually called The Threat, so... Make of that what you will. Ba-dum, 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 bum, bum. Ba-dum, 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 bum, bum. Ba-dum, 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 bum, bum. Yeah, it's a good track. I don't want to see your third eye, if you know what I mean. Yeah, let's see, where is this guy? Am I going the wrong way? Wait. Oh my gosh, water tower's over here. I am going the wrong way. Yeah, it can't spawn in the base game. This is a Bozo torturism. There's worse ones, trust me. There's worse ones. There's one where 5 chambers are blocked and there's only 1 open. Yeah. That's obviously the worst one. I mean, you'd hate to get that one, but there's other ones that are still worse than in the star pattern. Like 2 open chambers, 1 block chamber, 1 open chamber, 2 block chambers. Yeah. And I tested it actually. You really can just do the block chambers in the SAA the same way, But I was in a good mood and I didn't give the player that, so. You know, low capacity magazines you can find replacements, but block chambers you can never fix, so. It's a little rough. I don't trust it. Don't trust myself to hack him. Ah! Now there's an idea. It would work, right? What else could you possibly do in that case? This is dangerous. Huh? Oh, he's through the window. Okay. The cowboy load. This is how you're supposed to load the single action army. And you only fan the hammer if you're about to lose all of your ammo, right? Oh, I feel so frozen. This is not a good situation to be in. Yeah, like, you know how they do in the old westerns where they just fire all their bullets in like half a second? If you hold down the trigger and you pull the hammer and let it go, it'll fire around, so you can hold down the trigger and just like unload the gun in like half a second, you know, but it's obviously not very accurate. Let's try to go back down into arcade. That seems like the best way to go. But yeah, otherwise the hammer is resting on a live round, so if you tap it, it'll shoot. And that's a way to negligent discharge with the SAA that other guns can't do. They call that the cowboy load when you avoid that by leaving a chamber empty and having the hammer over it. Well, someone really doesn't want me to go through here, so I guess we won't. Yeah, and you can't shoot yourself just by like falling. In the game, if you fall more than like a foot, it'll fire that round if there's a round under the hammer. It's very, very dangerous. Not only that can kill you, but it also, you know, the normal problems of shooting yourself. Yeah. What are you looking for, buddy? Okay, well, I failed the hack on a drone that's already dead. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, no, there's actually like a real reason in the game to avoid doing it. Loser. I'm not doing a very good job dodging these drones today. This is also a problem last level. Okay. Wait, you do? Shoot, I didn't know that. I knew you had a revolver, but I didn't know it was an SAA. That's sick. Wow, alright. Huh? Is it just me, or does this look like it shouldn't be possible? Single action army action? Huh? Yeah, it looks like there's just a laser coming out of nowhere. I don't know about this. I don't know about that one, Chief. All I've got is my bare hands. I don't mean like my hands. I mean I have like a couple of bare hands that I use to defend myself. So anyway. I need to kill this guy quick as I can. Ah! Okay. This freaking level. You see why I feel like level 3 is the hardest one. I haven't even died to it, but I mean, you can just tell you're going to eventually. It's very, very scary. It's a tough, tough level. Oh, man. What was that? I just jumped up and died. Oh, no. Oh, what was that? That was not it. That was not it. Yeah, that was not it. Okay, okay. Model 10, that's good. We can correct this mistake. Either that or make it worse by dying here, you know? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I think level 2 probably has the most enemy spawns of any level, but they're all sleepers, so it's pretty easy to evade them. Predominantly, anyway. You just have to be really careful where you step in this level. If I'd fallen onto the floor, I would have died there. I missed my jump. Whoops. That was a little scary. Yeah, well, I didn't know that I could survive that either, to be fair. I thought I had just died, and then I barely made it, so that's good. This must be segment 1 or something. There's a lot of enemies. Same, man. As we all know, it's the best gun ever. Yeah, what do you think, Carrier? What do you think? Let's unload these guys and then we can get back in there. I'm still waiting for my amazing advice. Oh, he didn't despawn. Oh my gosh, it's a connector tile. Okay, we'll have to come back later. This is water tower, right? Oh. That's good to know. Yeah, he's got an 830 res at Dorsia. Dorsia? Friday night? How do you manage to swing that? Hey now, hey now. Yeah. That might be the only valid use for a Desert Eagle. Oh. How about we don't? Gonna have to shoot one. Let's shoot the guy up on top. The caliber of bullet. Oh, is that even legal? Yeah, definitely. No, a Desert Eagle is like 12.4 or something. It's measured in inches. It's 50 caliber. You know what I want to carry? Is a 14.5 millimeter armor-piercing round. Just walk into a grocery store carrying a... Walk into a grocery store carrying a PTRS. 14.5 millimeter round. Yeah, but 0.5 inches is like 12.4 centimeters, I think. I mean, centimeters, oh my gosh. Millimeters. So... Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. That's for sure. Maybe if you have some really extra big pants, you know? 40mm rounds? Oh my gosh. That's not a rifle, man. That's like a freaking, it's like the gun that you'd put on a tank. Ooh. I thought this place was clear for some reason. I guess because I killed that guy. $40 million, jeez. Like the Sherman fired an 70-something millimeters, I think. So, more than halfway there. That'd be a big freaking bullet. I don't know what value you'd get out of that. $75, huh? Well, these super heavy tanks, they were never very good, were they? Very effective in combat, but just a logistical nightmare. The Germans had some really, really big guns on their, like, Tigers and stuff like that. But... wasn't the most effective thing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that thing's just ridiculous. Like, the power to weight ratio on that thing is ridiculous. Oh yeah, like an assault gun? I mean, that's different. Like, artillery shells are even bigger than that, you know. But... times 1030? No, thanks. No, I know what that is. I've seen it. I mean, I've not seen it. I'm never going to see it. That's the point. 460mm. Yeah. Good luck. Just with the ridiculous spin that the sport they're playing is like tank fighting, right? Yeah. No, I know the concept. But
together,
maybe I shouldn't be back here. I might kind of run out of ammo.
You have shown great potential, but the potential is yet to be realized.
Oh, there's so many here.
We have sent the message. Can you hear it? There
yeah, let's just leave.
Insidious force moving through your media, weakening the mind and causing widespread dysfunction. We
carrier.
the threat. We have developed a technique called mind tech to combat this threat. A new set of tapes has been issued to train and to prepare you.
A warthog and its Burt gun. Where did all these guys come from? I thought this place was, like, clear. How wrong I was. I knew about the guy in the foxhole over there, if you want to call it that. I don't know what to call it. I didn't think there was one here, too. Golly gee whizzleberries, you know what I mean? Okay, fortunately no one woke up over there. Yeah, I never got into anime at all myself. Just not my thing. You know, only matches like half of my interest. You know what I mean? Ooh. It's only 3 episodes. What the heck? That's interesting. Come on, name a turret! Miss for $1, name a turret. Why are turrets so hard to find on, or tapes so hard to find on this tile? That's my question. Alright, you've yeed your last haw, buddy. It's time for you to die. Where's this tape? Am I just insane? What the heck? Oh, okay, okay. It must be like through here. Yeah, there it is.
Close your eyes and imagine that
I don't want to close my eyes. There's turrets around.
Over the city. Breathe in. 1.
I've got important research to do.
4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Imagine a kill drone weaving between the buildings. Hold. The drone looks up, seeing the dark cloud. Breathe out. It starts flying. Pause. Lightning.
I think Just Carrier is thinking of the wrong tape here.
Breathe in.
Either that or maybe
Breathing
that tape
is
was a little
vital
too
to
effective.
life. In order to project deadly force with precision, a receiver temporarily becomes one with death. Pauses the breath.
Good job. It's a flashlight. Guys, I found a flashlight. Now I will be a ninja in the dark. Now the tapes will learn to fear the Lord. I mean the tapes? The turrets, you know what I'm saying. This is a very, very early flashlight spawn. This is quite handy for me. What if turrets could run out of battery if you just stood still for like 2 hours? that'd be a fun fun mechanic, right? If you ever get stuck somewhere, just stand still for like an hour and a half and you'll be fine. Actually, the flashlight used to be able to run out of battery. And it really would take like 3 hours. It's kind of insane. That was a receiver 1 thing. Oh my gosh, I thought I saw a tripmine. No, those don't spawn here. Those don't spawn here.
I can't take this meaningless
you'll
existence
get over
anymore.
it.
There's no point to anything. We're just killing time until the heat death of the universe. Nobody will remember us. Nobody cares if I live or die. All of humanity is just mold on an orange. I don't even know why I'm writing this. Goodbye.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's just that, like, would you ever actually, like, play the game for that long, you know? Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Plus, you know, it's not like you were gonna have the flashlight out for that whole time. Whoa. This place is still hot. Well, this is where I started, so off we go. Want to do bottom floor boiler first, and then we can move on. Yeah, the batteries, quote unquote, right? We're gonna go in the gap in catwalk, even though it's dangerous, but there's a tape there, so we're gonna do it. Yeah.
People with high exposure to media show many symptoms.
It's like a keychain flashlight.
Inability to focus, a feeling of
Can't illuminate
dread
anything in
and
front of it.
hopelessness. The inversion of values extends to all aspects of life. The media tells you
Oh,
that
gosh.
distant, abstract events that have little to do.
Why must you
are
do
the
this to me?
most important. The implication is that your own experience
jeez.
and existence is meaningless. The opposite is true. Your only connection to reality A is through your mind's eye.
Shoots you up
Instead
gently.
of looking out, you learn the most critical information by looking inward. To the extent that the body is an extension of the mind, it is the primary aspect of physical reality. Focus attention on the shadow body.
I see you there, Carl.
Look inward. Listen.
All the shadow
We
bodies talk.
are all taught to carefully monitor what we put into our bodies. We need to eat this and avoid that, and have this
Yeah.
other thing in moderation.
Oh
But we
dear.
are never taught how to curate what we put into our mind. There's no use having a healthy mind. Your mind is poisoned. The threat has used this control to remove choice over what you consume.
What?
If you uncritically view media, you are
Oh my
directly
gosh.
allowing the threat to infiltrate your thoughts and to compromise
Oh,
your
man.
brain from the inside.
I need some soap.
Each receiver will train with a core mind tech.
Oh, this door was
This
locked actually,
functions
wasn't
as a
it?
checklist
get back
and
out
readies
then.
the mind for action. It allows you to break from a reactive cycle caused by outside influence and allows you to regain control. Like all mind tech, your core is a sequence of thoughts. Where are you? What is your name? What is today's date? What is your firearm?
It's a
Then
Smith & Wesson
take a
Model
deep
10
breath
revolver.
and listen.
Their earlier work was a little new
When
new
discharging
wave
a
for my
firearm,
taste.
we learn to control
But then they
all
released
our
this, the Smith & Wesson
economic
Model
reactions.
10 Military and Police Revolver.
To blink
And they really
or
came into
flinch,
their own,
miss-
artistically
miss
and
on the
creative,
target,
commercially.
resulting in death. With slow, steady breathing,
Hey, Leo!
neither fully tensed or relaxed,
Try recording voice tapes for Receiver 2 now!
we breathe in. We check the breech. We breathe out. We release. The
Oh
safety.
no, man. Oh no.
We breathe in. We aim at the target.
Cursed Google search.
We slowly exhale while we squeeze the trigger. Since we are
How many
already
tapes do I have
prepared
memorized?
to
I can't say I've ever
we neither
asked myself that.
anticipate or react
Probably more than
to
I
the
should,
sound
but not as
or
many as you
the
think.
recoil.
That's what I would say.
Instead, we breathe in and aim at the target.
That
We
was a turret.
slowly exhale while we squeeze.
Why was he
the
awake
trigger.
already? Ceiling turret.
If your friend makes a joke about hurting themselves, it might just be that, a joke. Or it might be their last cry for help before they are
I feel like I
killed
shouldn't do
under
that because
threat.
I've used the SAA so much, you know?
Get them
Now
alone
that the
later,
hammer is like
ask
down on
around,
a...
and really
on a
listen
live
to their
round.
answer. It's probably nothing, but in this case, it's
That'd be a good mod for the game, right? Every time you pull the trigger, like as the hammer's raising, it's like, ugh.
when fighting in low light conditions, you can use the Harry's technique.
Oh, jeez.
Hold your firearm straight out in front of you with your dominant hand. Then hold the flashlight in your offhand with an ice pick grip.
Dog.
The back of your hands firmly together with the light.
You know, I've
facing
actually died before from
This provides some
shock
stabilizing
drones like
isometric
rolling
tension,
down the stairs
allowing
and
you to
running into
control
me.
recoil more effectively than shooting
That was like the
with a
most
glove.
sad death I ever had in this
Still
game.
worse than firing with a normal two-handed
Easily,
grip.
easily. This camera probably has to go, but maybe I can hack him behind this barrel. Mind tech. Oh no. Every time you rack the slide, it goes, "Ah!" Terrible, terrible. Oh dear. I've thought about making a mod where I like re-narrate all the tapes in Goofy's voice. That would be funny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be cursed in a good way. You have seen the signs around you. Yep. Oh man. Terrible. Terrible. All of humanity is just mold on an orange. I don't even know why I'm writing this. Goodbye. Oh boy. Yeah, that would be amazing. I should really do it. It'd be fun. Is this gap in Catwalk? I think it is. Maybe if I'm lucky, it's arcade. It's arcade. No more goofing around. Oh no. The more I think about this, the less I like it. What about inserting bullets into the magazine? Would that make a noise? Speaking of Japan, that's what these tapes are in.
The
Japanese.
threat exists beyond this world.
Well, not the tapes, but the singing.
In this reality, they are weak. Their actions are limited. With great effort, they have implanted.
Call it the conduit for the threat mod.
Humans who have nurtured these ideas, causing them to grow and spread. For these people who were already compromised and who have nurtured these damaging thoughts, there is no hope.
Oh boy.
Much as we would like to reach out to them, to help them, we must.
Okay, he's outside. He's outside.
Focus inward on ourselves. For us, there is still some hope.
Yeah, he lost interest.
We must focus all our energy on catching this small chance. When exposed to contaminated thoughts, remember not to be. Instead, take the moment to act inward. Activate your
I do indeed.
mind tech.
It's about
Humans are
shooting
curious
robots.
creatures, always hungry
And mostly
for
getting shot by
information.
robots.
The threat has found a way to turn this strength into a fatal weakness.
Basically, you're in like a post-apocalyptic reality.
Narratives designed to agitate and demoralize.
There's like a threat to humanity, and you're one of the few who survived its initial attack, but now you must survive
the world into false dichotomies.
this kind of hellscape that it's dreamed up for those who managed to survive.
To become a receiver,
You need to collect tapes to advance.
this choice.
And the game
The threat
focuses
will
on
not
very
need to
accurate
kill us
firearm
if it can
mechanics,
get
lots of attention to detail.
Instances of misidentification are common in firearm
Yeah, it does. It does. So any gun with a,
friend and family
I think anyway, any gun with a slide can
often
slam
happens
fire, but
in
it's like a really,
situations
really low
with poor
chance.
visibility. We are unsure what the post-mine kill environment will be like, so it's critical to positively identify or PID your targets. This is why you need to keep a flashlight available.
Can't hit this
Now,
guy.
imagine this scenario. You're woken
Yeah,
up
it's
by
a very
crash
surprisingly
and you take out
philosophical
your gun
game.
to
That's one thing I like about it.
You see a shadowy figure marching towards you. You open fire and it's down on the ground. You're a hero. You defended your household. Or did you?
One of these rare games that wants
For all
to
you know,
ask you a
it was
question that
family
feels like it
member
actually
stumbling
works,
around
you
in the
know?
dark, or your neighbor got drunk and thought your
You
house
think
was
about the
his.
things that this
Or,
game has taught
a
you.
police officer read the address
games
wrong
are not
on
like
a
that.
warrant. In the dark, a gun without a flashlight is worse than useless. A recipe for tragedy.
I know I'm just going on a murderous rampage, apparently. I've given up with negotiations. It's time for these things to die. Yes, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was close.
We don't do anything to clean our minds.
It's a lot of
our teeth more important than
it's a lot
our
of
lives.
glass breaking sound
Unless you
effects.
take active measures to resist it,
Grass breaking.
the threat will continue tainting and twisting your mind to suit its purpose. To survive the mind kill, you must intentionally train your focus, your compassion, your motivation, or it will atrophy and die. The vast majority of shootings take place in low light conditions, so if you have a gun, you should also have a light. Now first, you need it to identify your target, to be sure that there's an imminent deadly threat. Second, you can use it as a weapon in its own right. A self-defense flashlight is bright enough to temporarily blind a human attacker, which can go far in convincing them to surrender or leave. This, however, will not work on a kill drone. The flashlight is a great tool that has many uses.
Yeah.
But it is only as good as the
I always think that exact same thing when I hear this tape.
When using a flashlight in hostile environments, make sure you use it appropriately. And remember, using it lights you up like a Christmas tree and will help your enemy as much as you if you're not careful.
This guy was pretty inept. He's got no weapon, right? So I just want him to fly into me until he dies.
Turn it off and move, so your enemy can't zone in on your location.
It's like a bird hitting a window.
Make this a habit, and your flashlight will save you time and again when you find yourself in a tight.
Well, they made that game a long time ago, actually, and then they basically were remaking it as an excuse to like get some practice with the Unreal Engine. But I agree. I mean, it was fun. But it's one of these games that, you know, you can't really enjoy on your own. It's a multiplayer experience.
Together, we have laid the foundation.
Well, that's what's nice about Receiver 2. Nobody has to be playing this game for you to enjoy it.
Is yet to be realized.
BJJ with weapons. Man, that sounds sick.
Can you hear it? There is an insidious force moving through your media.
Yeah, we should like get an event going, get a bunch of people together.
Widespread dysfunction. We call this the threat. We have developed a technique called smartest
I imagine it's a lot
tech.
harder to do a triangle
Combat
when
the
someone's
threat.
sticking a knife into your back.
A new set of tapes has been issued to train and prepare you. When fighting in low-light conditions, you can use the Harry's technique. To do this, hold your
at that, I
firearm
won.
straight out in front of you with your dominant hand. Then hold the flashlight.
Yeah, I feel like we
with
still have a
offhand
problem where you get all of your tapes at the same time here.
firmly together, with the light facing forwards. This
If you remember, we got like Phoenixio on stream a couple times. That was pretty cool.
firing with a normal two-handed grip.
No, we're just gonna keep talking about it and
Your
not tell you
friend
what it
makes
is.
a joke about hurting himself.
Low light
It
combat.
might
Yeah.
just be that, a joke. Or it might be their last cry for help before they are killed by the threat.
Look at
Get
the
them alone
freaking
later,
music for
ask
this
about
thing.
it, and really listen to their answer. It's probably nothing, but in this case, it's so much better to have 10 false positives than 1 false negative. The threat will not need to kill us if it can get us to shoot each other. Now, instances of misidentification are common in firearm-related accidents, resulting in dead friends and family. This often happens in situations with poor visibility. We are unsure what the post-mine kill environment will be like, so it's critical to positively identify or PID your targets. This is why you need to keep a flashlight available. Now, imagine this scenario. You're woken up by a crash in the night, and you take out your gun to investigate. You see
that's
a
it.
shadowy figure lurching towards you. You open fire, and it's down on the ground. You're a hero. You defended your household. Or did you? For all you know,
That's not right.
it was a family member stumbling around in the dark. Or your neighbor got drunk and thought your house was his. Or, a police officer read the
That's why
address
this is so
wrong
hard.
on a warrant. In the dark, a gun without a flashlight is worse than useless. A recipe for tragedy. Each receiver will train with a core mind tech. This functions as a checklist and readies the mind for action. It allows you to break from a reactive cycle caused by outside influence and allows you to regain control. Like all mind tech, your core is a sequence of thoughts. Where are you? What is your name? What is today's date? What is your firearm?
That is so
Then
hard.
Take a
Jeez.
deep breath and listen. The physical body is a projection cast by the luminous mind. As such, all physical interactions are mental. While in-person interaction may use abstraction, such as words, much more communication is taking place via proximity. If you focus, you can feel the subconscious mind reaching, dreaming in reality A. This true understanding is beyond
Oh my
words.
gosh, why is this so hard?
The thread has
gonna have to practice
limited
this a lot.
influence on the
This is
physical
not easy.
world and seeks to subvert
What happened while I was
true
gone?
interaction.
Houston's leaving? That's too bad.
They do this by inverting values.
Going for the
making
Kimura and then they pull your own gun
forms
out and shoot
words
you.
and
Yeah.
images seem like the only one.
No, would you want to train with like real weapons that can actually kill you? I think that'd be a lot more
isolate
fun.
themselves, thinking this mediated communication is a form of communion.
Yeah, does this guy ever shut up?
Not only is it insufficient, but it's also a channel for the threat. They co-opt
The buckshot summoned like 6
thread
talkers at the
of
same time.
connection until you are totally.
Oh, that is so funny.
The more you
That is
use
so funny.
compromised channels,
Oh my
the
gosh.
more isolated you become. This is why we train together.
Okay. Back to level 3. And this time we're gonna kill it, right? I hope anyway. This run has been going on for 2 hours now and I'm still in level 3. Oh no! Oh! I got trolled. Yeah, I bet you're like one of those guys who stops the choke when the person taps. You keep going, man. You make them earn their freedom, you know? Okay. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. It's very rude. No way. Okay. It's a good thing he didn't keep going. I think he'd found me there. Oh, what? Look where he is. He had no idea where I was. Oh, man. Now this is like an even harder situation than it was before. Well, attempt number 2. Hey, I got it. Where'd he end up now? Whoa! Hey. There's a lot of really unique ones with the gi, but if you're training with weapons, I'm sure you're doing no gi, right? My favorite is the baseball bat choke. About as brutal as it sounds. The bow and arrow is another specialty of mine. It's gonna be tough. You know, there's never a time that you can really rely on your gun too much in this level, but this is gonna be extra bad. Oh no, I dropped around. You can do the baseball bat? No gi? Really? Oh my gosh. I didn't think it would be possible. We're gonna have to learn that one. Is it like you make a collar out of their shirt by bunching it up? I know that's something you can sometimes do in Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, okay. So you do need a collar, but you have to, like, make one. Yeah, I actually get that one a lot. It's surprising, but... Or hoodies, yeah. Well, I mean, one thing I've certainly learned during all this is that hoodies are death traps, man. You should never wear one of those before you commit crime. Probably you should just never commit crime. I mean, that's a better idea, but... Still. You're just asking to get strangled if you're wearing a hoodie. Oh! He was right there! Oh no, man. Oh. I couldn't move because I was under the trip mine, you know? I should have just shot him, I guess. Oh no. Back to level 2. Man, level 3 is just killing me. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good one. That's one I land on people a lot. It's because, not only is it pretty effective on its own, but it'll set up a triangle choke really well. So, anytime you have double threats like that, you're really scary. Oh my gosh. I'm getting SAA here. Ah, yeah, yeah. When you're fighting people taller than you, it's difficult. I'm like 6'2", so it's a lot easier for me.
Together, we have laid the foundation. You have shown the potential, but the potential is yet to be realized. We have sent a message. Can you hear
Yeah,
it?
that's a good one too.
There is an insidious force moving through your media, weakening the mind,
I messed up the counting
causing
somehow.
widespread dysfunction. We call this the threat.
Oh,
We have
did it
developed a
again.
technique called
We want this one
unedited
under, so 1, 2,
to combat
3,
this
right?
threat. A new set of tapes has been issued to train and prepare you.
We really like these balloons here, so I'm pretty low on ammo already. I get the scissor sweep a lot. But anytime we like are practicing sweeps, I can never get it because people are looking for it. You know, it's funny. It's like it's one that people fall into a lot, but if they're thinking about it, it just feels impossible to land on them. It's funny. Oh my gosh, I got a bit of dust in my eye right as I went to take the shot. This game's realism is just off the charts. It actually put dust in my eye to make it harder to shoot this
We
guy.
brush our teeth twice a day, but we don't do anything to clean our minds. Are our teeth more important than our minds?
Yep.
We take active measures to resist it. The threat will continue tainting and twisting your mind to suit its purpose. To survive the mind kill, you must intentionally train your focus, your compassion, your motivation, or it will atrophy and die.
He didn't even see me. This guy's got cataracts. I think it's astigmatism. Either way, she doesn't see well. That's a good movie. How about no? On second thought, we'll just go. The idiot sweep. No, you know the best one is the idiot pass. I didn't learn this until recently, but it's so good. You know if you're in open guard and they're like they've got their legs on your hips or something, they're trying to stop you from passing around, right? And you grab and you're trying to split them up, and they know it, so they're keeping their legs close together. You just throw them to the ground and sit on them. It's just like the easiest thing. I'm amazed they don't teach that more often, because it's so effective. The idiot sweep. I don't know what the idiot sweep is. I have to look that up. Yeah, it's so fun. Because you do it and people are like, what the? They never knew what hit him. I'm gonna die, by the way. This is a very bad spot I'm in. He shot my hair off. Oh. Oh my gosh. What? I can't hit anything. I'm getting SAA'd. Okay. That's where that guy is. That makes no sense, right? Okay. Oh yeah, I've done that before. Yeah. That's a good one. It looks really cool too. That's kind of like a classic move, right? I think I heard a tape there. But it's well guarded. I really like those setups where you're like tangling their legs while they're standing. Makes it very easy to knock people over if you're not careful. Oh, it's not a tape, it was my roommate. Never mind. Oh, of course. I want to see it. Yes, we're gonna watch this on stream even. I'm so excited. Okay, so you've got all 3 tapes, and then you just shoot the gong, right? Oh no. Oh, it's flashing so many times. The gun's more likely to malfunction during stalking. I did say that, didn't I? It's still flashing? How many did it spawn? Oh my gosh!
I slept.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. There's like 10 of them. It always does. It's just you have to hit it 10 times, so it doesn't usually happen. But I think she was using like the shotgun, so she hit it a bunch of times, and then like for every shot past the 10th, it spawned a stalker. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, do it. Although I don't think Squiggly has streamed anytime recently, actually. Just means she needs to repent, am I right? Yes, yes, the E1 load. Like every time you fire it, it like lags the game out. Shoot the gong with that once, and you're gonna have a bad time. May 7th. Well, that's actually not too long ago. That was bad. Knackered. That's a good word. I'm a little bit low on ammo. Let's see if there's any in this tile then. Provided I don't die first. And then there should be balloons up above me.
Is called the anti-pattern. The threat cultivates an atmosphere of anxiety around trivial risks, providing a suitable environment for them to inject these non-problems. Invariably,
yeah, that's true.
Solutions is to create
this thing's a little hard to hit with.
Worse than the initial situation. By associating the search for solutions with new problems, the mind becomes locked in a hopeless state with no clear path forward.
I see.
We have developed a mind attack for people trapped in this anti-pattern. Like a hall of mirrors, this construct is based on illusions and is easily shattered. Imagine that you have changed your mind about something you would never doubt. Act like you believe this new truth for an hour.
Well, one thing that has to be said is that any revolver in the base game is not as good because, in terms of like having enough ammo.
Is the feeling of breaking free.
Because they don't ever spawn magazines, and you can actually get a lot of your ammunition from magazines.
The threat has found a way to turn this,
especially the high capacity ones, right?
Fatal weakness.
Because now you're increasing how much ammo the magazine can hold.
Narratives designed to agitate and demoralize us, leaving our minds exhausted and crowding out our own thoughts. They divide the world into false dichotomies and demand we choose between obvious lies. To become a receiver, you must reject this choice. To progress in mind tech is to become aware of your own thoughts. Eventually,
yeah, it's like,
become clear.
Well, I'm rich now, you know. You can't have that experience with the revolvers, right?
Incredibly dense, but irregularly shaped. When combined with other specific thoughts in the right pattern, they will fit into place, forming a solid wall of defense.
That's me in 5 seconds you're talking about,
We
right?
are all taught to carefully monitor what we put into our bodies. We need to eat this and avoid that.
Oh, jeez, brutal.
Thing.
Brutal.
But we are never taught how to curate what we put into our
Am I hacking this camera now?
There is no use having a healthy body if your mind is poisoned. The threat has used this control to remove choice over what you consume. If you uncritically view media, you are directly allowing the threat to infiltrate your thoughts and compromise your brain from the inside.
I knocked him over. Now in torture chamber, nothing drops ammo. What the heck was that? I think I woke one up and got seen at the same time. Yeah, I had to compensate for the ammo that was lost from drops. Golly gee whizzleberries. It's like the only thing you can ever break is like the camera. You have to like hit it in the front too. That'd be horrible. I lost a lot of ammo for this. I didn't really get anything back. This was a mistake. I never should have come here. This was a mistake. If I can get up to top floor, I'll be able to buy some... I'll be able to get some balloons back. Then we can skip Gap and Catwalk, which would be nice. What in the Sam Hick? What's this guy doing here? Apparently every door is locked, so that's nice. We might have to get creative here. Because if I jump over to the water tower without, like, bypassing the locked door, I'll just get gunned down by 20 turrets, so I don't want to do that. Sprat paint! Well, I can't type on a good day, so... Colt Python. That'd be a fun gun to have as well, right? Be like the power of the Deagle, but not ridiculous. Yes, yes. 2, let's 3, 4. Anyway, what that means is that we have to go Gap and Catwalk. Yay! I thought that since I was bypassing the lack of a ladder here, it'd probably not have a locked door, but no such luck. And there's only one entrance too, right? Because I think this is locked. Yeah. That's pretty unfortunate. Ah. You can just, like, use a cannon. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Well, this game can have anything if we mod it in. The groundwork has been done. You know, workshop support would be even better, but... Excuse me, sir. I owned him.
When your firearm discharges, it cycles another round into the chamber. Your own internal feedback systems are critical. You are the weapon.
I'm not sure how effective it would
Mind
be.
techs are your internal mechanism.
Could be done.
A slight bit of components will cause a feed jam, leading to a misfire, resulting in death. Ensuring that each mind tech is within tolerances will enable your proper
manifesting with spray paint. What? What's happening here?
so sorry.
Not sorry enough, I'll tell you what.
I've always been such a disappointment. I would have just kept getting more.
I think this is the hardest one. It's pretty fast.
I can't stand to be a burden on you any longer.
Okay, let's stop moving.
I hope one day you can forgive me. I love you. I'm sorry.
How about you don't? We eat the boiler. Looks like it's boiled in oil. Oh. And if you don't realize what's happened and you fire another shot, it just kills you. Or even worse, like, just make your gun explode so you just don't have a gun for the rest of the level. Oh. Evil, evil. Yeah, yeah. I may not have a weapon, but I do have spray paint. Get ready to die, threat. Well, that was a mistake, Steve. This release it with like a list of undocumented features. Oh boy. Yes. Yes. Naturally, naturally. Play Bozo's Torture Chamber on that mod. Critical miss. No, it's not really a big deal. Shouldn't have missed that one though, I can see the sights there. Just missing. All I have is a spray can that moans as I use it. Now there's a sentence no one ever said before. Oh. Ooh. You dated a spray can too? Shoot, man, I thought I was the only one who made that mistake. What's this guy? What's his deal? This guy's gonna have to go too. Yeah, what do you want? What do you want? Let's just lose this guy so we can hack him later. Yes. Oh, that's too good to pass up on. Whoa! Top 10 jump scares. I can't die to that guy. He's like, he's been beaten to a pulp already. Look, he's mocking me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, but it is quite a shame, isn't it? Whoa! Okay. The nightmare is over. The nightmare is over. Camera kind of gives away who it is because it makes no music play after it sees you. The cameras are not infinite range wake up, but they are infinite range vision, so yes and no. That's actually something I plan on changing in the next version. Because I want them to be able to wake people up from anywhere, but there's some limitations on how it can work. Okay. Let's watch these clips. I think they might be the same thing. Whoa! Whoa! I like this one better because you can't even see what happened before. It looks like this just came out of nowhere. Whoa! Jump scares. Oh boy. That's good. That's good. It's nice to have a chat room. You don't have to make all these yourself. Freaking. That made me, like, actually jump in real life. I hate this bug. Maybe it's not a bug. Maybe they're, like, trying to simulate the like, sear failing or something, but... Oh, look, it took care of itself. Whoa, no it didn't! Somebody else took care of himself, I guess. What the heck? Are you asking for a friend or what? I think everybody's dead here. I jump all the time. I jump recreationally. My parents say it'll get me killed someday. Oh, I thought there was one down. Oh, there is one down here.
The threat has become expert in hijacking our attention and inverting our priorities. They make the useless seem important and urgent. The sky is always falling. The world is always ending. You are always missing out or just missing something. What you are actually missing is the one thing they are trying to hide from you and can only be found within. As you build your mind tech, you will become more.
Receivers know how to jump.
Each part fitting into place until you.
The most important virtue of a receiver is their ability to jump high.
What was important was always right here. Yourself and those around you can trust. The vast majority of shootings take place in low-light conditions. So if you have a gun,
I mean, I knew that it was narvacular drop, but I didn't know that they actually made like a lore reason for why you can't jump.
To be sure that there's an
That's
imminent
hilarious.
threat. Second,
That's
you can
hilarious.
use it as a weapon in its own right. A proper self-defense flashlight is bright
Princess
enough to
No
temporarily
Knees.
blind a human attacker, which can go far in convincing them to surrender or leave. This, however, will not work on a character. The flashlight is a great tool that has many uses. It is only as good as the operator wielding it. When using a flashlight in hostile environments, make sure you use it appropriately. And remember, using it lights you up like a Christmas tree, and it will help your enemy as much as you if you're not careful. So with this in mind, use your flashlight sparingly. Turn it on briefly.
Hey, look, we
and
finally made it
scan
to
your
Water
surroundings.
Tower.
Turn it off and move, so your enemy can't zone in on your location. Make this a habit, and your flashlight will save you time and again when you find yourself in a tight spot. Together, we have laid the foundation. You have shown great potential, but the potential is yet to be realized. We have sent the message. Can you hear it? There is an insidious force moving through your media, weakening the mind and causing widespread dysfunction. We call this the threat. We have developed a technique called mind tech to combat this threat. A new set of tapes has been issued to train and prepare you. The single action army is so called because the trigger only does one thing. It releases the hammer. A double action trigger would also cock the hammer for you, but the SA needs to be cocked manually between each shot. This focus on a single action can be a disadvantage if you want to shoot quickly, but the simplicity does make it very reliable, and it's 145
Okay,
long
Mrs.
Colt
Literal.
is enough. However, if there's more than one target, there is a trick to shoot quickly with a single action revolver. If you keep the trigger pressed, you can fire just by pulling back and releasing the hammer. The fastest way to do this is known as fanning the hammer, holding the weapon at hip height and hitting the hammer with the other hand.
Like, look how close this camera is to this
Unfortunately,
turret, and it
it's
didn't wake up.
impossible to do this accurately.
I think the distance
But
is like
if you
15
see a
meters or
demonstration
something
of
in
someone
vanilla.
Popping balloons this way,
Very, very small.
They're almost certainly using 45 shells loaded with birdshot. You don't have to aim precisely. A lesser-known technique is slip hammering, where you actually hold it with both hands and aim down the sights like usual, but keep the trigger held down and fire by releasing the hammer with the offhand. This is an effective way to quickly fire multiple shots from an SAA. It's very easy to permanently damage the weapon by doing this incorrectly.
I don't know what that
So
means. I
only
should
do
really
this
look up,
with
like,
someone
how that
else's gun,
happens.
if you don't mind getting hit with it.
Like, how does the gun get
Each
damaged by...
You'll train with a core
doing this?
mind tech. This functions as a checklist and readies your mind for action.
Now that would be
It
funny.
allows you to break from a reality
That would be funny.
cycle
Ask
caused
DevNote. I
by
think he actually knows how to do that.
and allows you to regain.
Either that or maybe it was 12 ounce. But one of those
Like
two.
all mind tech, your core is a sequence of
That'd be
thoughts.
funny as heck.
Where are you? What is your name? What is today's date? What is your firearm? Then take a deep breath and listen.
Huh. Well, that doesn't really make sense either, though, because it's a center fire
Humans
weapon.
are curious creatures, always hungry for information. The threat has found a way to turn this strength into a fatal weakness. They force-feed us from a fire hose of narratives designed to agitate and demoralize us, leaving our minds exhausted and crowding.
Well, that would
out
make
our own
that would make
thoughts.
sense though if that's the
They
concern.
divide the world.
Because anytime you're
false
like trying to
dichotomies,
change
and
the
demand we choose
configuration of
between
it, you're working the
obvious
hammer, and you're
lies.
holding down the trigger and not thinking about it,
To
and
become a
dry
receiver,
fire it.
you must reject this choice.
45 short cold. Right? And it just has like no power to it at all.
We brush our teeth twice a day, but we don't do anything to clean our
45
minds.
short cold.
Are our teeth more important than our minds? Unless you take active measures to resist it, the threat will continue tainting and twisting your mind.
As far as I've heard, the
purpose.
problem with dry firing a
To survive
rimfire
the
weapon is
minefield,
that
you
the
must
firing pin gets
intentionally
damaged
train
hitting
your
the
focus,
receiver,
your
but
compassion, your motivation, or it will atrophy and die.
I don't know too much
Close
about
your
it, so I
eyes
might
and
just
imagine
be
that you are
might just
a
be making up
cloud
crap.
floating over the city.
Oh, there's a tape right there.
Breathe in. 1.
Anyway, center fire weapons don't have that problem,
Hold.
so
1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in.
oh darn.
Imagine a kill drone weaving between the buildings. Hold. The drone looks up.
Yeah, that kind of
Seeing
ruins the
dark
joke, doesn't
cloud.
it?
Breathe out.
Darn.
It starts flying towards cover. Pause. Bang.
45
Lightning
tiny cold?
blasts it to sparkling
Something
pieces.
like that.
Breathe in. Breathing is vital to life.
The snog.
In order to project deadly force with precision, a receiver temporarily becomes
Oh,
one
boy.
with death and pauses the breath. One tool used by the threat is called the anti-pattern. The threat cultivates an atmosphere and anxiety around trivial risks, a suitable environment for them to inject fixes for these non-problems.
That was this motion detector going, I
Invariably,
think.
the actual purpose of these solutions is to create new issues that were worse than the initial situation. By associating the search for solutions with new problems, the mind becomes locked in a hopeless state with no clear path forward. We have developed a mind attack for people trapped in this anti-pattern. Like a hall of mirrors, this construct is based on illusions.
Kinda did
Is
that
easily
backwards,
shattered.
whatever.
Imagine that you have changed your mind about something you would not accept. Act like you believe this new truth for an hour, a day, a week. Do things
Only
make
need 2 tapes.
more
There's one
sense.
over there.
This is the feeling of breaking free. The unconscious mind is critical in the development of mind.
Just go, just go, just go.
What
I don't care
seems
what's
like
on me. I don't
counteracts
care.
the
I don't care.
slow
Alright.
and meticulous
Yay, we did
refinement
it.
of your perfect self. When less attention is
There's
spent
another tape in here,
on
too.
fleeting banality,
Jeez.
the mind grows stronger.
Point.
In reality,
So, passing level 3 for the 4th time today. Or level 2, that is.
Systems that
Passing level
interfere
3
with
would be a
the
big
sea of
deal.
interruptions, each one claiming to be critical, and each one focusing on your desires. Each distraction on its own seems harmless, like a drop of rain. But like a relentless downpour, this unending even a mountain. Limit your overall exposure to distractions. Uninterrupted time focused on a task is time spent honing your mind attack. In this way, training the body is training
on.
the mind.
Come on.
While the single action army can hold 6 rounds, you should only carry it fully loaded if you want to shoot yourself in the foot. In this condition, any sharp rap to the back of the hammer will send supersonic lead in whatever direction the weapon is pointed. Now, most of us don't go around rapping on hammers, but you could be riding a horse and bump it with your elbow, or drop it on the ground, or bump into somebody. The only way to safely carry the Colt 45 is to keep the hammer over an empty chamber. To correctly load an empty peacemaker for carry, you load one chamber, skip one, and load 4 more. Then pull back the hammer, double check that the chamber is empty, and lower it back down. There's a story that gunfighters would store a $20 bill in this empty chamber to pay for their funeral, but I don't know, I'm skeptical. When I tried that, I just ended up with burnt confetti.
Yeah, that's really
When
cool.
discharging a firearm, we learn to control our most basic autonomic reactions. To blink or flinch risks missing the target, resulting in death. With slow,
Just trying to destroy this gun.
muscles neither fully tensed or relaxed, we train our focus. We breathe in, we check the breach. We breathe out, we release the safety. We breathe in, we aim at the target. We slowly exhale while we squeeze the trigger. Since we are already prepared to operate the firearm, we neither anticipate or react to the sound or the recoil.
Yeah, you'll
Instead,
just straight up die
we breathe
instantly.
in
The threat will be like your imba
the
and
target.
use its god powers to kill you.
We slowly exhale.
Happened to my
while
brother.
we
True
squeeze
story.
the trigger.
Alright, hopefully we don't get the death setup again. Oh, this is like the best one. Okay. Oh man. Here, let's aggro him. I don't think he saw me. And this one too. It's the 2-for-1 special over at REI today. Over at the Kill Drone hardware store. Where'd he end up though? Oh. What? No, 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 no. That wasn't supposed to happen. Shut up, Colty Walty. You'll learn to enjoy it. Oh boy, okay. So I died one time, like, yesterday by trying to jump off of this chair. And I, like, didn't clear the trip mine and died. That was, like, the saddest death of my life. Most people only die one time, but... That's such, like, it's such a strangely loud noise when the motion detector dies like that. Yeah, I'm still not sure why that caused it to get damaged, though. But... Is it just like the firing pin is trying to find something and doesn't, so it goes too far and gets bent on something else? Or... I don't know. It still doesn't totally make sense to me. Offered me his behind in that sense and killed me. I couldn't turn him down, it'd be rude. Hitting the frame. Huh. Seems like a skill issue, right? Got him. Well, now you've made it sound very uncomfortable. Yes, actually. How did you know? Not like wet like it has water on it, but it's even like a little bit sticky or slimy or something. You're like, oh man, what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. We're going. I understand. I must have offended you. I don't quite get it, but I'm sorry. I apologize. There's so many right here. Yeah! Okay, what's the story here? What's going on? This guy can probably be hacked pretty easy once he decides to turn around. You would download a kill drone. You know the worst part about that ad is like, yes, I would download a car. Like, if that could be done, of course I would. Who wouldn't? Cars are expensive as heck, man. Oh boy. I don't feel good about this at all. Okay, what do we got then? We're gonna have to just go down and shoot our way through it, whatever's there. No, really? Oh my gosh. That's just ridiculous. Icing on the cake, man. Well, that sucks. There's no turning back, so we're gonna have to just fight our way through this. Okay, turned out fine. I'd rather not return to this tile. Oh shoot. Okay, we're doing badly on ammo. Speaking of hackers. No thanks. I make it my business not to hug kill drones. Yeah, we need to get these things retextured, but they're a lot of fun. Yes, yes. you only hear that when you die, right? Because like it's the taser going off. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Ugh, why are you here? I'd really rather you just didn't. The most uncomfortable part of this level by far has to be like trying to evade drones while also being careful not to run over trip mines. It's just like you're like crouching and slowly sliding under it while there's like a drone chasing you. Oh my gosh, alright. Something's funny about that. I'm finally prepared to hear this message. Okay, I haven't heard this tape in like an hour.
You see reality painted in shades.
This run has already been going on for 3 hours right now.
Your world is another, bathed in radiant light.
And half of it has been talking about kill drones.
We have reached out to you with a warning. If you are able to hear our message,
Brian,
you are one of the few that we can help. We call you receivers. The receiver who is speaking these words was chosen because he is able to hear us with
it's just gone.
clarity.
Where did he go?
Okay,
there it is.
But time is not something we have.
Look how dutifully it returns to its patrol path. Very
a
obedient.
threat to everyone on your planet, and they have been weakening your mind through your media, lowering your natural defenses. The coming attack is unavoidable. All we can do is prepare. With the rise of powerful concealed weapons...
Hey, I'm cold. I need to put this blanket on. Jeez. It's always so cold in my apartment these days. Okay.
Like the Detective Special, along came laws to restrict them. In the 1930s, the NRA drafted and endorsed concealed carry restrictions that passed in almost every state. Starting in the 70s, they changed their mind and
that is what a Russian would say,
campaigning
right?
to repeal those same laws. Until now, concealed carry is permitted in most parts of the USA. They still vary widely from state to state, so if you want to concealed carry, it's a good idea to learn the laws where you live. They're probably different than you expect. It's also important to learn the laws about when it's legal to use concealed weapons in self-defense. Now, they say it's better to be tried by 12 than carried by 6, but that can be cold comfort when you're doing hard time for murder or manslaughter. Before choosing to concealed carry, you need to, at the very least, understand the 5 pillars of self-defense. Innocence, imminence,
freaking
avoidance, and
crap
proportionality.
nuggets.
Self-defense laws only protect you if you do not provoke an attack. The attack was clearly imminent. There was a reasonable threat of injury or death. You did everything you could to avoid the threat. And you used the minimum possible amount of force in proportion to the threat. Statistically, most people killed by guns use them on themselves.
Sudden change in tone.
The threat specifically targets potential receivers for their strongest mental attacks. They apply their full direct power to crush your spirit and control your mind, and can even take direct control of your body for several seconds. It is ironic, but the only way to defend yourself against this attack is to be unarmed until it passes, and then rearm yourself and resume your training. Every true receiver has experienced this. Some receivers believe the message, but are unable to hear the source themselves.
Hey there.
We have developed a mind tech called Clear Tape to aid you in your receiving. Your subconscious mind has been eroded by dangerous, addictive media.
Yeah, the only force appropriate to that threat is massive force, man.
We will train your
That's what I say.
using its conditioned response to your advantage. By providing the correct external cues, clear tape provides a way to reduce the symptoms of media damage. You will have been issued a clear tape. Put the tape into your tape deck and press play. At first, it's normal to
Ow,
only
my
hear
face.
background static. After several sessions,
Okay, we're doing pretty well. This is the best level 3 we've had so far. Yeah, exactly. Rid the place of all signs of life. That can be the only proportional response to this. Why is there always another one? Oh my gosh. That's something I never thought I'd have to hear. Oh man. Girthy. Oh my gosh. It lines up on you. You just die instantly. Nya nya. Terrible, terrible. I'm killing you! Hope you enjoy it! I do. Okay, I'm not doing it anymore. Verderbter Bösewicht. Oh, I hate this one. This tripmine I think is impossible to step by. You lost the game. Just a bomb goes off and kills you. Yeah, that would be fair. Put the Rick into the tape player and press play. At first it is normal to be Rickrolled. After enough sessions, you may hear a voice. Huh. I got a note. I haven't gotten one of these notes in like a year. Well, this is dangerous as heck. This turret can be hacked, but we need this guy to go pan the other direction first. That's what we do. Oh no. I have thousands of pictures of you. I always feel like somebody's watching me. That's what it should... Whoa. That's what it should do. This guy really thinks he can see through walls, huh? Somebody saw me. They basically do after the new update. Like, listen carefully. Maybe you couldn't hear it. There was...
You use technology to control physical things.
Well, you're hacking a turret, it goes
there
like...
is mind tech, which is used to
you know, so you
control
can
the
hear it.
boundless luminescence. Mind tech can be used for good or evil. And the threat has been using its mind tech as a weapon against you, and so far has caused widespread sickness and mental weakness. Now that you are in a helpless state, readying a crippling blow. Mind kill. But they are aware that will not work, but they have another.
We should make a mod that replaces that sound with just getting higher and higher pitched the longer you hack.
Exist fully in this reality, but they have been watching you. Experimenting, developed this new mind tech. The dreaming is a bridge from our world to yours, and they will use this bridge to send specially conceived of weapons designed to work in your environment. These automatic weapons are designed to kill the few who survive. I did my best.
Quite a lot of ammo.
I know it doesn't seem like it, but I really did. I hope you believe me. I tried and tried and tried and...
someone on the Discord was telling me about this bug.
And
look, it's real.
All hate me. Maybe...
Yeah, you just go...
Maybe I deserve it. I always tried.
Oh, but the nearer tape sound. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. If there's a tape nearby. Oh my gosh. Terrible, terrible. This guy doesn't ever see me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There we go. You just replace all the threat echoes with like Jesse's monologue to Walter in that one episode of Breaking Bad. I've never been more alone. Whoa! What's happening? What is this? What's the meaning of this? Oh my gosh. This is the danger on level 3, you know, you've got to like craft areas of safety, but it's always so... what's the word for this even? Fragile, you know? And then something goes wrong and your whole system is just blown up. Oh man. Roar Receiver 2. Oh gosh. Oh man, making that shot with a detective special is gonna be impossible. I'm gonna have to kill this guy first. Please don't kill me. I have a wife and children. Or something. I don't know. Crap, man. Alright, let's, yeah, that's better. Kinda need to aggro this guy, right? Is there like a safer way to do this? Yeah. Well, I'm alive, for what it's worth. I lost a lot of ammo there, but I didn't die. There's two of them! My goodness. In like the same place. There's so many enemies. Instead of telling you that the oven is ready. I don't have any ammo. Like, I can't go on a shooting spree here, you know? I'm just gonna run out of bullets and then die. How about you don't?
The absence of thought is better than malformed thought. For this, we have mind tech called min thought. Because the body is the mind, you can think by moving. This is achieved through repetitive physical activities, which helps to reduce mental noise and focus the mind on the present. Deciding to be still is also a type of thought, one cultivated by the threat.
Once
trained, stillness can be
I don't know what it
a powerful
means,
tool, but to the unprepared mind, it can be dangerous. Minimizing the importance of the body allows more space for the mind to get sidetracked and profoundly lost. The
An unpunished
threat
heathen.
exploits this. The true importance of your training camp is to restrain these stray thoughts. By focusing on calisthenics and firearm drills, we prepare the mind to accept deeper knowledge. Now, this does not make min thought less important than later mind tech. It is not basic, but fundamental. Some of you are impatient to experience the radiance of reality A, but you must realize that you are not even experiencing reality B yet. We've been trained by screens to limit our focus to tiny rectangles. And you may not notice it, but you are experiencing your reality in the same way, as if you are viewing the world through a screen. Try to push your awareness through the screen and out the other side to truly be present.
That's gonna be a good one. Yeah, I want to see what happened here, because this was a little bit complicated. So I forgot that guy pans all the way. And then the ceiling turret saw me. Oh my gosh. I'm really happy I didn't die there.
The absence of thought is
I'm really happy I didn't die there.
in reality B. Open your mind to experience what is behind you, to each side, above and below, behind walls. What are your senses telling you? Once you have managed to truly exist in reality B, we can start to talk about reality A. The threat has been using the media to weaken our minds. They pit us against one another, overload us with meaningless information, and make us cynical and apathetic.
Ah, so that's why emia means presence of blood, and the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Huh?
Anesthetic fog.
Anesthetic fog, that's what
When
it
the mind
is.
kill comes, only those with the proper mind tech will remain. These few will be the only bridge left to the world as we know it. We must plan for the eventuality that we are not able to fully awaken a receiver and are unable to prevent the mind kill. These are the most important preparations. Before the mind kill, one must take inventory of their own
Because emia means presence in blood.
aspect of their own
Is that
mind
why?
and body. Ideas have mass.
Because he's a
shape.
conduit of the
Built
threat?
into
Yeah,
walls.
okay, there you go.
Ideas have a flow, which can carve out channels. Once we have built this multifaceted geography, we can make a map of the mind. In this state, the mind can safely manage new experiences.
I hope not, I
retain
hope
a
not.
sense of self
Don't say that so
in
loud.
even the most adverse circumstances. If you find yourself conscious during the mind kill event, find the nearest safe cell. Listen to the clear tape
This guy got
and perform
brutalized.
your min-thought drills. If you feel yourself drifting, initiate your core mind tech. If your preparations have been successful, your first actions after the mind kill should be to check your firearm and make it ready, making note of your ammunition.
Stalker.
The threat will be targeting you with their kill drones. After that, you must find arms and ammunition to stay alive and to continue your training to reach an awakened state. Receiver transmissions have indicated.
Gosh, I thought that
this
said.
mind kill
Oh
environment
my
is
gosh, I thought that was the
even
Stalker
more
tape. I really
dangerous
did.
than one might expect, because it feels like
It starts the
evil
same way, you know?
working
It's like,
against us.
receiver, I need you to listen to me, and I
Anything
need you to
that can
focus.
go wrong
Oh man.
will go wrong. Even our weapons are more likely to malfunction or fire unintentionally. It is absolutely vital to train your malfunction drills and practice the rules of gun safety until they become second nature.
Can I get bottom floor here? Might be better. There's no turrets there, are there? Oh! That's disgusting, man. Put that away. He's guarding a tape. He must be killed.
If you recently started receiving, you may wonder why the training tapes are so important.
Ah!
Over the last several decades, your media has been
I really almost ran into that one.
used against you,
Oh my gosh.
feeding your mind a constant stream of damaging ideas. Your view of reality has been warped to fit a sinister agenda. Now, how can one tape listened to once possibly have an impact in the face of a lifetime
It can only have even the smallest effect.
It can only
That
have the
small
smallest
effect can be worked.
but even that small effect can be built on.
This one I remember
That
from the
tape
original game.
100 times, you may notice a difference in how you feel. If you listen to the tape 1,000 times, you will be transformed. And if you listen to the tape 1,000,000 times, you will become more than human, an awakened receiver. Listen to as many tapes as you can.
That'd be a little harder to mod in, but maybe it's possible.
We don't know exactly when the threat will initiate the mind kill, but we have
Probably
detected
when
them
50A
advancing
hits
their
the thing,
plans
it like
in
runs a
reaction
check to
to
see
our
what type of
efforts.
bullet it is. You could hack it into
The
there,
more
right?
progress we make, the more they move up the timeline. Now, we know this means they will deploy the mind kill before any receivers reach an awakened state. But we hope it means that
I think I got his motion detector.
their plans will be compromised.
That's true. He's
in some
actually
way.
compromised.
Initiates are sometimes confused by our
Yeah, look at this.
reliance on
So even if this guy
analog
still has his
cassette
weapon,
tapes.
he can never
In
activate
this
it.
time of
I didn't learn this until recently, but they're
online
harmless
truth,
once they lose the motion
we
detector.
use cassettes because the threat controls the internet.
I think they're using it to
Everything
determine
you
how
do on
close
your
they are to
computer.
you, right?
If you try to digitize a receiver tape, the threat will target you for destruction and focus its...
Well, they are, because they're
power.
moving faster, right? So
By
that actually does
directly
make sense.
planting thoughts and dreams, they can steer your subconscious, ultimately destroying your mind.
They're moving faster, they're less easy to predict. Danger is pretty reasonable there. That's probably just, like, subjective experience, but I mean... Maybe. Being a little too chicken there. Need to just get it done. This guy's going on a magical journey. That was my last shot! No! The rounds didn't get out! Okay, I made it. Woo! I thought I was dead. I missed my last shot. I thought that was the end. Holy moly. Okay. I think the only guy left in this tile that's actually dangerous is that camera. Yeah, I was missing because his light was looking at me, so I couldn't see my sights.
A receiver is said to be
Messy.
awake when he
Messy.
is able to get a completely clear signal, free of any subconscious corruption. In this state, he will be able to see realities in their true form and transcend normal human limitations. Although some of the receivers we chose to speak through are advanced in their ability, no human has yet achieved this awakened state. Humans exist in two worlds. In reality B, they live and work in...
Oh my gosh! I forgot about this guy.
reality A, they are asleep, their minds unconcerned and
Okay, it's a
roaming
good thing you didn't see me.
But humans have the unrealized potential to exist fully in both realities. It is this reason that humans are threatened. If even one of them achieved an awakened state, they would see beyond the horizon of all known understanding.
Food's ready. Yeah. Okay, you can shut up though. I've had enough of your antics. Dinner time. I'm so close, man. I can't die now. I've got to get through. gonna be the first time I've cracked level 3 in like a month. You got this. You got this. First time anyone's done it in a month. I got to level 5 twice. I died once at 1 tape and once at 0 tapes, so... I have beaten level 5 before, but never during a run. Seductive, Zealous Cake Panic.
You are listening to this tape.
That's a good
You
name.
survived the mind kill.
That's a good name.
Previous attempts to listen to this tape would have found it blank, but now it contains immediate instructions of your difficult path forward. This is the time that we have prepared for. Take a moment now to find your firearm. Some of you will be familiar with firearms from our training camp, but more recent receivers will have focused on mind tech in order to survive the mind kill event.
These trip mines.
Please take a moment.
They're very
that
scary.
The firearm you have been issued is in.
I always think I'm
working
just like
order
about
and
to
has
die
one
whenever I
full
see them.
magazine. You have also been issued one tape deck with headphones and 2 AA batteries.
Okay, let's go
Once
into
you have
arcade.
checked your equipment, leave the safe cell. Keep moving and be careful. The threat will have dreamed kill drones near. The mind kill functions by severing the connection between what you think of as the mind and body. This inflicts serious damage to both parts and leaves the mind defenseless in reality A. If you survive the mind kill, you will not be unaffected by this severing. By strengthening and maintaining your connection, you will be able to punch through this interference.
Maybe I just
Your
gotta leave him.
perception of
I
the
can't.
world will be radically altered.
I can't give any more ammo to that
The
guy.
world of reality is real. Radiance cast from above. After the mind kill,
No, it was a bomb! Oh, I saw it right before I went. Oh no. Oh. 17 out of 20. Oh my gosh, that was so close. Oh man. There was a bomb. Oh no, dude. That was so close. Man. Just lost 30%, 37% of the progress of my run right there. Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be the end. I can't recover from that. But I got close. I got really close. Oh well, thanks for watching. Next time we'll get him, Next time.